Welcome to this week's Canadian Immigration Roundup from Immigration News Canada. This week brought several important developments that could affect prospective immigrants, international students, and applicants already waiting on decisions. One of the biggest stories was the continued discussion around a possible express entry overhaul. The proposed changes could reshape how candidates qualify, how points are awarded, and how invitations are issued in the future. While nothing has been finalized yet, these discussions are significant because they could eventually change the strategy many applicants use to improve their chances of receiving permanent residence. Another major update involved international students in Canada. Eligible post-secondary students whose programs include mandatory work placements no longer need a separate co-op work permit. This change reduces paperwork and simplifies the process for many students who need practical training as part of their studies. It is a meaningful shift that could make studying and working in Canada a little easier for many newcomers. Ontario also made headlines this week with a major round of provincial invitations through the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. The province targeted a broad range of occupations and sectors, showing that labor shortages remain a strong driver of immigration selection. For candidates hoping to receive provincial support for permanent residence, this was an encouraging sign that Ontario is continuing to actively use its nomination program to address workforce needs. Another closely watched update came from the latest IRCC processing times. Some applications are moving faster than before, while others are taking longer. Citizenship processing showed improvement, but delays remain a concern in several other areas. These updates are especially important for applicants who are trying to make travel plans, submit documents, or estimate how long their cases may take. This week also featured growing discussion about Canada's long-term immigration direction. A new analysis suggested that Canada may eventually need to raise immigration levels again sooner than many expected. The argument is based on economic pressures, demographic trends, and the country's ongoing need for workers. While this is not an official policy change, it adds to the broader debate about where Canada's immigration system may be headed in the coming years. The main takeaway from this week is that Canadian immigration remains highly active and constantly evolving. Express entry reform discussions, provincial nomination activity, rule changes for students, and shifting processing times all point to a system that is still adapting quickly. For applicants, this means staying informed is more important than ever. Thank you for listening to this week's Canadian Immigration Roundup from Immigration News Canada. Stay tuned for more updates as new developments unfold.